Hello, this is Mary coming to you from Rivers Bend Sanctuary, and we have another week of our tarot series. And this week is my favorite because it is my card, my significator. I have been part of this for years. It is the Hermit, and there is a lot that encompasses the Hermit card, what it means. I always relate it to the Holy Grail. It's like the Holy Grail of education, or wanting to learn more, wanting to know more and more and more, and where does it ever end? But it's so much more than that. So the Hermit card, I think this is the one that most closely resembles, this is the Merlin, this is from the Celtic tarot, but this is what resembles most closely to the Rider-Waite version, which the Rider-Waite version, it is a man, robed man with a staff, with a lantern on a mountaintop. There's usually always a mountaintop, lantern, staff, something of the sort. Always, introspection, always searching for more. But this is solitude, is what this is. And looking at, these cards, the mountain that is there, it portrays, the successes that this person has had already, the accomplishments, how much lessons have already been learned. So, this, when you're looking at the Merlin or the Hermit, you are looking at someone who is ready. They're ready to teach. They're ready to share their knowledge. But so often, these type of people need that time, that solitude to look within, to get answers from, your higher self, your true self. It's all about finding the balance, though. So the one thing with the Hermit card is you have to find the balance, because if you go too deep, you can go mad. Just like when we go too far in ourselves, especially if you have any mental health issues, it can become burdensome place, right? Our mind, our monkey mind, or ego, whichever you would like to name it, can really, take a toll on what we're doing and what we're trying to accomplish by going within. So there, and that a lot of time is when you pull it reversed. It can mean that, maybe it's time you step out. You've had enough time in solitude. Let me just show you some of these cards. I do love this one from the Celtic Tarot. And I think this card, and probably because I love turquoises in this color, this is from the Mary L. Tarot. And I really like the fluidity of this. The colors and fluidity, you've got the air, but you also have that strong, emotional color like the water. So it's intellect, thought with the air, and emotional, integrity, really figuring out what the true purpose is, leading from what's your soul's path, what's your mission in life, is a lot what this is what steps should you take. So this isn't, meditating to figure out, okay, what should I do next week? It can be, but this is really about going so far within to figure out what your purpose is. What is your purpose? What do you want to do? How are you going to help people? You've got to help yourself first before you can help people, of course. Now, this is a card from the Light Seers deck. And I like this one too, because it really showcases, what we do, the contemplation, self-reflection, again, finding your true self. It really looks at, looks to the spiritual level of knowledge. What have you attained already? And that you're ready to share this. It can also indicate that there is a teacher of spiritual knowledge, like you're going to get a mentor come across. But, more times than not, even for other people, I find that this is about themselves, about a time to really go within. This is from the Shadowscapes, one of my favorite decks, one of my first decks that I really connected with because it's so easy. See if I can, this one's always hard. Oh, there it is. Always hard to get the video to focus on. So, again, if you're a hermit, you're a seeker of knowledge, you learn from within, you want the inner truth, which can really only be found with solitude. I'm going to lose that, aren't I? And that's what you're really looking for is, what is that information that you want to find? Now there's a few different things. Of course we talked about the dark side. This is from the Ghost Tarot, and which is kind of some of the shadow aspects. Now, there's not too much going on here. It is a ghost instead of, like with some of this deck, it's the shadow aspects that really come forth here. And for this card, it's not really showcasing the shadow aspects. It's still the same type of visual, except you can look at the fact that, okay, this is a ghost and he's still, in the afterlife, still searching for the holy grail of spiritual information, right? It's the forever learners, those that want so much. And sometimes, you can go too far with that, right? Like, especially when you think, okay, well, I'm not good enough yet to teach and to lead others. I need more and more and more information. When does that ever end? That is something that people need to realize, and something maybe you do, is that, you don't have to be perfect at something because you never will be. There's always going to be more to learn. So if you feel ready to help others on their path, then do so. So that's kind of a little tidbit that I always like to tell people when the Hermit comes up. This is from the Forager's Daughter. And I have not looked too much at this deck, but I see the snail there. And, I'm assuming because it's the slowing down, and, the lightning bug would be the lantern. I'm not sure what else with that, because I haven't read the description of that one. This is from Prisma Visions. This is another deck that says I don't really connect too much with, which is sad because I love this deck. Is so beautiful. But the Hermit card, let's see if I can get that to focus. I love this. Again, this is introspection. Now, if you're talking, I should jump right into to the different aspects. So you've got love. If you do this, pull this for a love reading. It really is talking about, making sure that you are ready. So if you're not in a relationship and you pull the Hermit card, it's just a reminder to make sure that you are in the right place. So contemplate within yourself if you are ready for such a step to get into a committed relationship. Now, if you're already in a committed relationship, this could be kind of fun because it could be, something to do together, a little bit of soul searching. Talk about what you believe your life purpose is with your partner, and you can both help each other through this, which is beautiful. Just dig a little deeper, get in that spiritual set, and go within, figure it out, and do it together, which I think is a lot of fun. I love when you can do that kind of stuff together. If you're talking about your career and you pull this could mean that you're contemplating your next steps. You're ready for something different. You're searching for purpose on what you can do to make a difference. And for finances, a lot of times this means that you need to reevaluate. So, focus on less of materialistic things, focus less on that and focus more on how you can utilize your finances in a way that's going to benefit you now, in the future, and your family, and, society as a whole. So the Hermit Reverse, let's see, I'll put this card up. The Hermit Reversed. If you pull it reversed, it can mean that you're going to go too far in your head, right? And nobody wants to get too far in your head because that can cause some mental health issues. That can cause all kinds of stuff. Watch that you don't fall too far. And again, it's falling too far within your head can just not work well. Make sure that you really look into how to separate that monkey mind or that ego mind. We still have to, that's a part of us. So, don't treat it as if it's bad, but we do need to make sure to keep it in check. So that is one thing. When you pull this card in love, a lot of times this means you're feeling like you're lonely. If you're in a relationship and you pull this reversed and, you're like, what's going on? It could be that you feel separated. You don't feel connected to your partner anymore. And it may be self-induced. Maybe you're going too far in your head and it's causing issues with the relationship. It could be the other, but it's just something, there's a distance there. You might feel rejected, that kind of thing. As far as career, if you pull this reversed in career, this could be that you're like an outcast. You don't really fit in. you need to pave your own way, finding something for intention there. It's just, you're working alone. It's not working out. You're not happy, right? So it really could just mean make sure to find your own way. What's going on? Maybe you need a career change. Maybe you need to create your own path. Maybe you just work better alone. But if it's bothering you, then work through that. As far as finances, if you're looking at, if you pull this reverse for finance, it could be, again, that you're getting a better understanding of materialism, right? And that you need to seek help, though. A lot of times this means you're on the right path. Again, if you pull this reverse for finances, you're on the right path to understanding, spending and materialism and that kind of thing. But it might be time to reach out for help as well. So this is, again, one of my favorite cards. I've got all kinds of stories on how this is so related to me. I feel that, did I tell you, there's wisdom. So if you look at, I told you about the mountain. The mountain is what has already been accomplished. So the symbolism within these cards is really beautiful too. The staff is authority, and that authority and knowledge, that's being able to teach what that knowledge is that you have. And the lantern is wisdom. So there's really beauty here. And I'm forever the teacher, but forever searching for the holy grail of knowledge, and especially when it comes to spiritualism. So this card fits me. Does it fit you? It's one of my favorites. So that is it for this week, and this is card number 9. So next week we're on 10. So that would be 11 weeks in. So that sounds awesome. I'm excited. And if you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me and comment. If I'm missing things, like if you see things with cards that you actually enjoy and think I missed a point, put them down, because we're all here to learn from each other, right? And I love hearing other people's takes on these cards. And, because sometimes, like, this one's very personal to me. Like I always mention the Holy Grail of knowledge. And, that may be something that it'll click with somebody to hear that, of understanding what this card means. So maybe you have something to share that would make us click a little bit as well. So thank you very much. Love you all, and we will see you later.